Hey, Cub fans. Thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. In this particular episode, it's going to be something that I haven't done before. I may end up doing it. I may not. I don't know. But it's kind of a news of the week update. What happened was earlier in the week, I think I got a piece of information that I thought was interesting to me. Maybe just a small piece of information, not big enough to require me, coming on and doing a whole video for it. And I wrote it down. And I started doing that this week. So through the course of my week, when I come across something that I think was interesting to me, I feel like it could be interesting to you too. I just wrote it down. So these are things that I was, brought to my attention. I heard, I read throughout the week. And I just thought I'd do a piece and share those with you. So let's go ahead and try this. First thing is, I want to make sure that we're up to date on all of the arbitration signings. Our roster is packed with players, eight that were eligible for arbitration, and they all avoided arbitration by signing contracts. And we're going to be looking at the depth chart video that I released earlier today, and it kind of comes to play in here. Like questions are, why this and that? Well, here's the signings, just to make sure we're on the same page. Justin Steele signed a contract for this year for $4 million. Patrick Wisdom signed one for $2.725 million. Adbert Alzolay signed one for $2.11 million. Talkman Mike signed one for $1.95 million. Yency Almonte, who we got in the trade from the Dodgers with Michael Busch, had just signed a contract avoiding arbitration with the Dodgers for $1.9 million, so we take that on. Nick Madrigal signed a contract for $1.81 million. Mark Leiter Jr. signed one for $1.5 million. And Julian Merriweather, $1.175 million. So those contracts that we have, specifically Wisdom, Madrigal, Talk, Almonte, Merriweather, Leiter Jr. I just think those are important pieces of information for us to have in the back of our heads when we look at roster decisions and who comes north with the team as we break spring training. So I wanted to make sure that I did that publicly. Next, this is a rumor, but I've been getting it from a lot of sources, and it's been sort of over and over, so I thought I'd go ahead and share it. I'm not a rumors guy for the most part, but this one sort of was a recurring piece. Seattle and the Cubs have apparently been in talks all week, and the conversation has to do with Madrigal and Morel in exchange for some arms. I guess Seattle is kind of packed with some arms, and they're maybe looking to move some. So the Madrigal piece, I kind of believe. I don't see him moving Morel. I really don't. I when I see that rumor, I'm like, Morel is at this point, he doesn't have a position, but he's a backup at every spot. And I think he's just penciled in for DH work. And I've been seeing some videos. He's beefed up, by the way. Morel is beefed up. And he looks really physical. So I just don't see it. Morel's going to hit 40 home runs for us this year, probably in the DH spot. I'm okay with that. They've been coming up with a lot of top 10 lists, the MLB top 10, and this week they had the top 10 prospects at each position, and we have 5 guys that have made these top 10 lists. I think I wanted to share them with you. First is James Triantos, hit the top 10 list of second base prospects. Michael Busch hit the top 10 list of third base prospects. We have 2 first basemen on the top 10 list of first base prospects. Mervis and McGeary are both on that. And, of course, PCA is a top 10 prospect in center field. So, I've been doing all these videos and all these prospect updates, and we got a lot of guys. We got a ton of guys that are doing well. And this prospect top 10 list sort of shows that. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I want to talk a little bit about Owen Casey. First thing is, in the video that I did on Owen Casey, I talked about how they talked about his exit velocity being astounding. And so it breaks down this way. They did a exit velocity ranking for all prospects, and Owen Casey ranks 4th in the list of prospects' average exit velocity. He averages 93.3 miles per hour on balls hit exit velocity. So the idea that he does create astounding exit velocity shows up that he's 4th in all prospects listed. The other thing that happened with Owen Casey, there was an Owen Casey sighting. He's been taking reps in Mesa at first base. Makes sense to me. Owen Casey is a power-hitting lefty outfielder, but we're stacked. You talk about an outfield stack. PCA, Canario, Alcantara coming. I just think they're thinking that the outfield's going to be pretty loaded when these guys are ready, and they're moving Owen Casey to get some reps at first base. So Owen Casey, outfielder, first base, DH, possibly down the line. Hall of Fame announcements this week. I don't know if you caught that. Manager Jim Leyland is in. Catcher Joe Mauer, third baseman Adrian Beltre, and Todd Helton of the Rockies all made it in. And Todd Helton, I don't know if you know this, went to Tennessee, played quarterback for a time, and he was teammate of Peyton Manning's. So Peyton Manning and Todd Helton were teammates at Tennessee, and there was a short period of time, real short, when Peyton backed up Todd Helton. So Todd Helton was a quarterback ahead of Peyton Manning for a short period of time. Thought that was interesting. But the reason it's Cub-related is this. Ben Zobrist is already on the initial list of eligible players for 2025. So I wanted to share that with you. Some lighter side, Jameson Taillon got married last weekend. So he's a married guy. I wonder how that'll affect his command. Mike Tauchman is going to be initiated into the Bradley University Athletics Hall of Fame. So congratulations to Talk. That was this week. I'm going to finish with the Ryne Sandberg situation. Rhino announced on his Instagram this week that he's been diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer. And that's awful sad news. He has started treatment, and so that's sort of the news of this week. And on a side, Rhino's statue is scheduled to be unveiled on June 23rd this year. And June 23rd is the anniversary, the 40-year anniversary of this, what we call the Sandberg game that was played June 23rd, 1984 against the Cardinals. And if you're unfamiliar at all with the Sandberg game, I've got a video on the channel. Go ahead and search for it, titled The Sandberg Game. And I think we're going to be talking a lot about Ryne Sandberg with his cancer battle and the statue in June. So we're all going to be rooting and thinking about Rhino. That was tough news. So that's sort of the news of the week. I don't know what to call it. News update. I don't even know. But we'll see. I'll keep my notepad open, and next week I'll do the same thing. We'll see how it goes. So I don't want to commit to anything. It's not going to be like I'm not going to commit to every Friday at 5 we're going to get. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. This is all new, right? I appreciate you guys subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching. This is only, it's less than 2 months since I started this, and I want you guys to know that I'm having a ball. I love it. I thought I was going to love it, but I really love it. And I plan to keep doing it. I plan to bring you guys things that I think Cubs fans want to hear in a way that Cubs fans want to hear it. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're not going away. Randy Talks Cubs is here. So I appreciate it. We'll see you guys all very soon, and go Cubs go.